Here's a phone. That's a different camera. This is me being loud. You wanna know why? Well, then keep watching.
It's review time.
What's up, YouTube? Face Lux here. Sorry about the whole video change thing going on here. It used to be widescreen, now it's 4:3, and people are probably like, "Oh my god!" But don't worry, nothing's happening. I'm just using a different camera today because the video I'm doing today requires me using the camera I was using last video. Speaking of which, last video I was talking about the Droid Incredible, which is this little beauty here, which happens to be the camera I was using last video. Anyway, I decided to let me talk about it a little, since I just kind of blurted out Droid Incredible there, and some people might be like, "What the heck's a Droid Incredible?" Well, guess what? I'm gonna explain it to you right here, right now. Yeah, action time. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, do a little review here. Nothing too detailed. There's plenty of reviews out that with tons and tons of nerdy, geeky details, which I don't want to bore you with. So yeah, my little opinions, my thoughts and stuff, and I'm moving my hands too much. Yay! Anyway, so yeah, get ready for my very first review ever! That's right, I just said ever. Whee! Okay, here we are, getting ready to review the Droid Incredible. Okay, first things first, let's talk about specs. Okay, it sports a 3.7 inch touchscreen capacitive AMOLED, which is basically means a really good. It's one of the best screens out there. Not the best screen, but pretty close, sorta. I don't know. There are better screens out there, like the Samsung Gravity S, Super AMOLED, and the iPhone 4's Retina display, all that stuff. But it's a good enough screen for me and all that. And I don't know. If you plan on getting this phone, you'll be really happy with it. Anyway. It also sports a 1 GHz Snapdragon processor, which in normal people's term means pretty fast. In the back, it sports an 8 megapixel camera and dual LED flash, and it can also shoot 720p, which is amazing in my opinion. As you can see, the design, I love the design of this phone. As you can see, the touchscreen takes practically a majority of the front, with 4 capacitive buttons on the bottom: home, menu, back search, the standard Android buttons. And it also comes with an optical trackpad. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't really use it unless I'm texting to get to edit specific words, but I kind of prefer a trackball because I feel like I have more control over it, but to each their own. Anyway, on top, there's a power and lock button, a 3.5mm headset jack for your awesome headphones, a volume rocker, micro USB slot. It looks weird, but it is micro USB, trust me on that. There is a mic and a phone chain hole, which I really like the fact they included that. Not a lot. Lately, I haven't seen phones sporting one. The fact that it does have one makes me really happy. And on this side, a big whopping nothing, which I'm a little disappointed. I really wish they put a dedicated camera button here. It's not a game breaker for me, but deal breaker, my bad. A deal breaker, but I kind of wish they had it. Anyway, on the back, they have these nice ridges, which HTC apparently stated that it was race car inspired, but I think it is more of a sci-fi tech thing, and I really dig it. I like it. But some people might not. Some people will. Whatever. Anyway, HTC with Google speaker grill. It's really nice. Anyway, at the moment, let's talk about software. Anyway, sorry about that. And there's a little lock screen glitch on my phone because I have a custom lock screen, so it causes little bugs. But and don't worry, it's my own little problem. So it's not. Don't worry, it won't be a problem when you get it because it's just the things I've done with my phone. Anyway, it runs some Android. HTC's version of Android Sense UI. I'm not going to do a big overview about it because, well, just a lot of videos about it, and if I talk about it, it'll make this video really long. I don't know. Let's see. Anyway, HTC Sense. It basically just is their own little skin on it. It makes Android, in my opinion, makes Android a lot better, a lot more. I don't know. I wouldn't say user friendly. It just makes it look better. For me, it runs better in my opinion. At the moment, this is running Android 2.2. I originally had 2.1, but I got the upgrade to 2.2, which added 720p, flash for the browser, which is amazing. I will show you a demo, but actually, let me show you a demo. Okay, here's my YouTube page. Here's my YouTube. Play it. See? Let's see. Yeah, turn off. Okay. As you can see, it does play on the browser. It works really well. It's sports multi-touch. It supports. Oops. There you go. See, double tap to zoom, double tap to zoom out. All that nice stuff. Honestly, I think it's probably the best browser you can get on any mobile device. That's just my opinion. And let's see. And just also texting. Let me talk about texting. Oh, yeah. Sorry, this is like. Yeah, that was from another test. My bad. Okay. Anyway, there's multiple ways to text with this phone. Well, three ways actually. One way is with the portrait keyboard. It works really well. You get really used to it really quick. A lot of people are like, I'm not sure about touchscreen, blah blah blah. Portrait, I'm not. Portrait is my least favorite, but it's the most convenient way to text, in my opinion. It's not my favorite because I like bigger keyboards, but it works really well. So I'm not gonna complain, and it's very convenient. And there's also a landscape keyboard, which is personally one of my favorites, but I don't go into that often because it just takes too much time, and I don't know, if speed's your thing, it doesn't. It works fine. If you have the patience to just do that and start typing, go for it. I do it now and then, but like I said, portrait's a little more convenient for me, unless I'm web browsing horizontally. And there's also another way to input text, which is speech to text. See this little microphone right there? Yeah, see microphone. Yeah, okay, let me cancel that. You basically just talk, and it automatically writes the words for you. So let me test that out for you. This is a test. See? I'm not sure you can see that on camera quality. Sorry, my camera quality sucks. Anyway, trust me, it does say this is a test. Hopefully, you guys can see that. I'm not sure. I can't see on my camera, so sorry. Anyway, but yeah, those are the ways to send text. It works really well. So people like worrying about touchscreens and stuff, like touchscreens and texting. With Android, they got you covered, in my opinion. Well, at least since UI. The microphone is with any Android phone running 2.1 and higher. So don't worry, it's not just an HEC type of thing. Let me go back home. Anyway, as much as I love this phone, I have one little problem with it. It's the battery. At the moment, I'm running an extended battery, which is a 1500 milliamp battery. But what it came with was this, a 1300 milliamp battery. I could get a full day in use with this, but if I tend to use the phone a little bit more, I had to start babying the battery a little. With this, with the extended battery, which I have right now. And let me just take this off. As you can see, here's the extended battery. And see, it's a little bigger than the stock battery, but it's big enough, but it's small enough so you can put the stock back cover on. So it works. So honestly, it's my favorite battery to get for the phone. I really wish it came included with the phone instead of this one, but what you gonna do? Anyway, I'm not a power user. I'm a mediocre user. I don't use it that often, but then again, I do because I go to college. I gotta pay attention in class, obviously. But I do check news, check email, Facebook, all that usual stuff. So, so with this battery here, by the end of the day, I could probably get like, I don't know, high 30s, maybe high 40s, depending on how my day is. If I'm really bored in class, all that stuff. And with this battery, I could probably get to like the low 30s, sometimes the 20s, depending on how much I use the phone. So by the time I get to the 20s, I gotta start babying it a little because I don't really want to lose my power. But anyway, back to the review. Yeah, let me put the back cover on. Sorry. With the extended battery, it does make make it a little difficult to put the back cover on and off. It's not that big of a deal, but see, as you can see, it doesn't leak any. As long as you put the cover on like slowly and carefully, and you shouldn't see any like red lines leaking out or anything. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, now it's time for the little overview. Um, if I had to give this a score, I would give it a 9 out of 10. Why? Because it has everything I love about the phone. It has everything I want in a smartphone except for the battery. The fact that I had to buy an extended battery so I could be a little more comfortable, a little less stressful about my battery, it loses a point. If it had a better battery, I'd be really happy. Yeah, the lack of the camera buttons, not a big deal for me. It would have been a little more convenient, but there's an app for it, so whatever, doesn't really matter. Anyway, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully I haven't kept you watching this for too long, and you're still interested and stuff. So yeah. So I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Okay. See ya.